I think the real secret of success was an extraordinary analytical intelligence and a sort of tactical genius. He had tremendous rapport with his players, and he also had great personal integrity. I think his players, the other coaches, people who knew him, they always trusted him because if he said he was going to do something, he'd do it. I believe that that was the secret of his success, that people knew that he would stand by what he said, that he was a man of honor.
Ted Hornback, a 1929 graduate, started his career on the Hill as an outstanding player on E.A. Diddle's basketball team from 1926 through 1929. After graduation, he became a teacher and basketball coach and was named the nation's outstanding high school basketball coach. But this was only the beginning of a wonderfully successful career. He came back to Western in 1938 to be Diddle's assistant as well as a tennis coach.
Well, he and Mr. Diddle had a remarkable relationship. They probably got along as well as any two people could. Mr. Diddle was very frank about how he thought about Dad. He said he told the people in the 1940s when Dad was given a head coaching job at Vanderbilt University. He said he's the best damn coach in the country. Mr. Diddle, when he and Dad first got together, way back in 1938, when Dad first came to Western, Dad said, he asked Mr. Diddle, he said, now, Mr. Diddle, I'd like to get something straight in my mind. How are we going to work this now? Are you going to take the offense and I'll take the defense, or vice versa, or something like that? Mr. Diddle thought a second. He says, God, Ted, says, you got the offense, you got the defense. Say, God, you got everything, but keep me informed. That was sort of the way it was. Dad said, Mr. Diddle, the reason he was so loyal to Mr. Diddle and that he loved him like a father, he said, he gave me my chance. He gave me the chance to do the thing I love most, which is to coach.
Coach Hornback spent 26 years as an assistant basketball coach and 34 seasons as a tennis coach at Western, and teams from both sports earned numerous conference and national titles. But while winning was wonderful, Ted Hornback knew success wasn't always victory.
He savored his successes, but his successes didn't always have to be victories. Sometimes simply a great performance was enough for him. Not winning everything you did, but keeping at believing in yourself and eventually rising to the occasion.
The individual player was always important to Ted Hornback, and his players knew it.
I think I learned from he as well as from Coach Dennis that players are the most important part of the program. Ted had a great interest in the student athlete, in the individual student athlete, and his welfare. I think I learned from him that you need to be concerned about boys. That's all we had in athletic days, kids and their interests and their concerns, and coach according to their problems.
In 1965, Hornback became athletics director and founded the Hilltopper 100 Club, which is now the Hilltopper Athletic Foundation. His continued devotion to Western was evident in everything he did, and for some, the phrase, "the spirit makes the master," embodied Coach Ted Hornback.
When I think of the spirit makes a master, that fits Ted just wonderful because he was a spirit. He gave up his individual ego and notoriety a lot in the shadow of the great Mr. Diddle in many instances, just because of his feelings and the spirit of his feelings for Western.
2000 Hall of Distinguished Alumni, Coach Ted Hornback.